Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have two new KIZERs to share with you. We're going to run through them real quick. These are both new releases, and this one is the KIZER ESCORT. Would you look at it? Just look at it. And the first thing my eye is drawn to is 20 CV steel. Are you kidding me? 20 CV, and for the price point, that is the most impressive thing for me, especially since they dropped the price. We'll talk about that here in just a second. I'm going to run through all the fun stuff and show you all the way around the knife, the fit, the finish, the action, the ergos, and I'm going to show you the other knife, and then we're going to take the scales off this, and I'll show you how to adjust that clutch lock, which is awesome. As usual, KIZER never ceases to impress. They listen to us, and they always make the changes. Look at this. Even on this like mid-premium knife, they have an adjustable, not adjustable, they have a reversible deep carry clip. Yes, look at that. Even on the, not titanium, the aluminum scales, they were like, okay, you guys want them reversible. Bam, we got the reversible. And wow, that is a lanyard hole and a half. You can put a rope through that puppy. And this is going to be the crossbar lock. It works very well, and I really like the fact that you can adjust it to your liking, to be stronger or weaker. I like it to be stronger. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. Are you ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. You know, I really like the looks of this blade. I got to tell you, I mean, I'm a fan of the drop point. And I like the tantos or the tantos, however you want to say it. I like my blades coming down. I like my utility blades, but there is something about the looks of this classic style blade. Oh my goodness. And taking a quick look, look at that stonewash. Stonewash done absolutely right. We already saw that it's 20 CV. Isn't that just a thing of beauty? This is a Dirk Pinkerton design, and you have a T8 for your pivot, and then a T8 back here, and then T6 is for your pocket. And then look at this. It's setting on top of the scales, but this one is easy in and out of the pocket. I'm not getting any grab because it has such a low profile right next to the scale right there that there's plenty of room to get in and out of your jeans. And look at this. There's just a little bit of light jimping back here for if you're really giving it the grabby grab, and then check out the jimping up here. It's not aggressive, but it has a really good amount of grab. It has the bigger I had to do it slower because it's bigger jimping. For all you that watch or listen while you're driving, now you know that it has bigger jimping up top. And it has jimping behind the blade just a little ways, which is very nice. There's your swedge. There's plenty of room for sharpening. You're good to go on that. Here's a quick size comparison. And of course, you know I have to show you the QSP Penguin. Now, I have to say, it looked bigger in the pictures. You could play with that however you'd like. It looked bigger to me in the pictures. It is more substantial than the drop bear, and here is the drop bear. So I'll put them right next to each other, pivot to pivot. So you do have more handle. Thickness-wise, the handles are the same amount of thickness. Now this one you have a more drop. This is kind of a more spear point looking blade. And I can't remember if this is called Scandi or the other one. I'm not going to say it because I'll get it wrong and 100 people will correct me. You can tell me what that grind is. But man, it is really good looking. And I do like the swedge. That swedge is not going to be useful or usable that I can tell. And I'll put one more popular one that everyone went nuts over at the beginning of the year. There's the KIZER Original. Yeah. So you have the original, you have the drop bear, and then you have the ESCORT. And these two have the clutch lock. Now the total length on this bad boy is about 7 3/4 of an inch, and then your blade is right there at about the 3 1/4 inch mark. It is super nice. As far as texture vision, you're not going to really get any texture vision. It has that really, really good feel. It's not the slickery kind, but it's not slick, but it's not rough, but it's somewhere in between. It is grippy in a weird sort of way. And maybe if your hands were super dry, it wouldn't be grippy, if that makes sense to you. But let's go ahead and check out the action and the ergos. So right off the bat, check it out. Pow! Yes, it comes snapping out. Super easy to use. And I'm going to strengthen up that clutch lock. And the clutch lock is so smooth, So easy to use. It is a dream. And when you get this in your hand, your significant other is going to get tired of you flipping and flicking and flipping this thing. And by the way, these come in the nice KIZER packaging, and you also get an extra set of screws and an extra set of Omega springs, which is very nice. And this is an ambidextrous knife. It's easy to use with either hand, and that swedge isn't really grabbable by any means. You can kind of get it right there, and you could just barely get it for the slow roll. Yeah, it works for the slow roll. You have to dedicate your fingers in there, but it actually does help. And that is one of my favorite ways of opening a knife, because I'm usually not opening a knife in a hurry. Now, my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger, 7.25. And I can tell you right now that the ergos are butter. They are so nice. I can feel the pocket clip, but there's nothing rough about it. It's not poking me. It's not sticking me. I can tell it's there. It's making itself known, but I can't even call it a warm spot. It's just, I just know it's there depending on if I'm choking up this way or if I have it further down on my fingers. And giving it the Beez squeeze, no problems, no issues whatsoever. Nice neutral handle. It's very comfortable in the hand. Easy to use. You're gonna have to tip up if you want to do some utility cutting, but other than that, it's just, there's nothing I can say negative about it. The action is great. The ergos are great. The jimping, I guess if I was gonna nitpick, the jimping isn't quite. It's aggressive, but it's not, if that makes any sense. It's not stopping my thumb dead in its tracks. Then you know that's just one of my nitpicks. Not even a nitpick, it's just a preference. I like it when my thumb's like, but the jimping definitely does help stop my thumb. Just, we're just going over semantics there. So it's really comfortable. I wouldn't mind if the jimping came out just a couple more, because that's just the way I like it. That doesn't mean anything about the knife. So very comfortable. It's a great knife, and these are running right now. Amazon, they dropped the price right now at the moment that I'm videotaping this. These are running $145 on Amazon, which I think is an awesome price point. If you like aluminum handles and the 20 CV is what's blowing me away. But we'll take these scales off, and I'll show you the clutch lock here in just a second. But let's check out this next one. This is the newest version. Would you look at that green? This is the green chili pepper. I love my chili pepper. And look at this. This one is in the 3V steel, baby. And look at that green. That is like, if I had a color of green that's my favorite, I think that's probably it. Super deep, rich green, and it's also aluminum. And look at this. They made a special ramp, a special little pedestal here, so you can reverse the pocket clip. And I can tell you from experience that there's not enough room in here for me. Now, I'm wearing jeans right now, and if I try to put this on with my jeans, it does grab right at the bottom there where it's connected to the scales. So that is something to keep in mind. If you have thinner pants on, it's not an issue. Now, I will say that if it stops right here, it's still comfortable to wear. I don't even worry about having it all the way down. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. And I know you can get other clips to put that'll fit this that might have a little more room in there. But the chili pepper, check it out. If you come to the live stream, Beez Blades live at the Hive, all right, every Friday night, 8:15 to 11:15 p.m., then you have heard that sound before, because, would you listen? I can already tell you from experience, the ergos are just fantastic. I just really enjoy the chili pepper. The button lock works great. Now this one, it kind of feels like I need to take it apart, put a couple drops KPL in it. You don't have to take it apart to put KPL in it, but it's dropping a little slow. But then again, I'm used to my red one that's well broke in. And this, you hear that ting? Listen. I love the acoustics. But it is a comfortable, this one you can still get. These, I think, run around $67-ish. And these have the 154 CM blade steel. There's the red chili pepper. And let me zoom in here, and here's the green chili pepper. Now, the differences are definitely going to be that you get the 3V steel, which is super, super duper tough steel. Wow, that is a pair. Look at that. It's Christmas colors. This is a really fun knife to play with. It's not that knives are to play with, and here's another thing. It's a front flipper, but I hardly use the front flipper unless I'm like driving down the road and I'm thinking about it or I'm flicking. Then this becomes a super, super fidget knife. The index flip is so easy. And I know a lot of you are going to say, hey, I'm not a front flipper person. That's right. You don't even have to use the front flipper, because you can use the button, or you can use the thumb studs. It's easy to reverse flick, super easy. This is one of the ones I enjoy the acoustics so much, and it's already loosening it up. You hear that? It's so beautiful. Super comfortable in the hand. You know the size of my hand. The pocket clip, I can feel it. It's not hateful. I can just feel the edge back here. And maybe that's why they made this a lower profile clip, because if it's sticking out, maybe it would be more of an issue. But the nice thing about it not having a flipper is you can choke up. You can get your hand up in here. And look how it flows in the hand. It fits this area right here so well. And it's easy to do utility cuts with it. It is super slicey. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I enjoy it. I really like it. There's your plunge grind. Your sharpening comes pretty much right up to it. Love this knife. All right, let's take the scales off of that bad boy, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, I almost forgot. I know. There you go. There you go. There's the QSP Penguin. Okay, so there you go. Pivot to pivot. It's a little bit longer than the Penguin, but not by much. Maybe just by the hair of your chinny chin. You can see it's not a big knife. It's a great EDC size knife. All right, now let's take the big boy apart. Now, I never did get to take the drop bear apart on film, but you're gonna really enjoy the features of this thing. Check this out. Look how easy it is. When it comes to axis style locks, it can become not a chore, but you know, it has its extra steps. When it comes to putting the blade back in, now here's the neat thing about this one, is you can take the scales off of both sides without actually taking the knife apart. So if you want to adjust that clutch lock and maybe you like it a little lighter, you can take the scales off, adjust the clutch lock, and you don't have to worry about it getting off center or adjusting anything else. Watch here. So all I did was, you have two T8s and then the T6s for the pocket clip. And look at this. Pow. Look at that. We're apart. So, okay, so this one is set, not quite, it's set right in the middle. You have 1, 2, 3, you have 6 holes. So it comes set to medium. Now with the KIZER drop bear, it I believe has 5 holes. And the thing about that one is that it comes with Omega springs that are a little stronger than these. So if you want it extra strong, you could put the other set in. And here's how easy it is. You see these holes? That's where your tension comes from. It's easy to take out. You can put it down this way if you want it to be lighter. You know, maybe you have some arthritis or you issues with your hands, or you just prefer it to open and flip a little lighter. You can move that and put it down in that hole just like that. And that's how easy it is. I'm going to move mine up because I want to strengthen it. I'm moving mine all the way up. Check that out. All the way to the top. And now that we've done that, nope, no springs are going flying during this one. you all that saw that happen, you know what video I'm talking about. That was a button lock a couple videos ago. If you want to see something funny, go watch that one. But look at this. I'm screwing it back in. It did not loosen the pivot. You can take it off of both sides, which you're going to see here in just a second. So I've just taken that off. I just adjusted it and made it stronger. It's more stronger to my liking. And now we're going to put the clip back on and do the other side, and we'll be done that fast. You tell me that is just not the coolest thing since sliced bread. Not that I was around when that was invented or anything. I mean, some folks would like to think that I'm that old, but so there, my pocket clip is tightened down. Now look, we'll flip it over to this side. And how many knives do you know out there where you can take off both sides of the scales? And I'm sure you guys will mention them to me. And this side, of course, is that much easier because we don't even have the pocket clip. 2 screws, and look at that. Pow! This is a treat. To work on a knife and for it to be this effortless is just awesome. So let me grab my Omega spring, put it up here in the first. Okay, so I'm left. I use my left hand for fine things. So this side it's kind of awkward for me. I'm going to use my fingernail and move it up. All right, can we get it in the hole? Get in the hole. It's your home. All right, there we go. I've moved it up. Now I've strengthened this bad boy all the way up. Now we're putting it back together, and that's how fast you can adjust it. I mean, is that not the coolest thing? And you can also take it apart like that to get in there and clean it out a little bit. But I think that is just the sweetest, coolest thing. And this is exactly how the drop bear works. So if you somehow haven't seen the drop bear taken apart, that's going to be exactly the same fashion of how you can take it apart, maybe clean it out a little bit, get into it. And look at that. We're still centered. Everything is good to go. And now, ooh, yeah, nice and strong. Pow! Okay, back to the big screen. So there you have it, the KIZER Escort. Do I like it? Yes. Do I think it's worth the money? Absolutely. And ooh, yeah, it is nice and pow! It is nice and strong now. That's how I like it. But if you want it to come out really easy and softly, you can adjust it down to the end. And I can tell you from experience, when you go all the way down to the end, it might even be too soft. You might want to go back up a notch. But the nice thing about it, it's easy to adjust. So there is the new KIZER Escort and the new, oh wow, that is just gorgeous. Look at that. The new green chili pepper. Tell me what you think about them. Do you like either one of them? Are you good, bad, and indifferent about it? Even if you don't like the knives, make sure you say hello, support the channel, give me a hello or a big thumbs up, and go watch this video. You're going to enjoy that. And until I see you again, or in the comments, or the live streams, or the Hive stream, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.